Hello again everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we're continuing the next leg. It's leg 6 I think of 12 or 10 of the Scenic South America tour with FlyUK Virtual Airlines. So we're in the Aerosoft CRJ 700. You guys know that's I think probably my favourite aeroplane in the sim at the moment, for all the stuff that it can do. Hi to the guys in the live chat, and we've got two folks flying along today as well. You can see our tails have merged here. The way Microsoft Flight Simulator spawns us all in, but hey ho. So we're on stand here at Asuncion. SGAS is the ICAO code, and we've been going ahead and programming the flight plan route in for today. A little bit odd because if I show you guys Navigraph, we're expecting runway 20 for departure and the ASATI departure, which means that we just take off, fly straight ahead for 6 miles, and then we turn back on ourselves to then intercept a radial of 178 away from Asuncion VOR before flying out on that radial of 178 degrees to ASATI, and then we break off to the ASATI transition, which is 50 miles away from Asuncion Airport. And you can see there runway 20 after takeoff, maintain runway heading, climbing to intercept a SUMU 5.6 DME from VAS, then turn left to intercept the VAS radial 178 to ASATI DME 20. ASATI, at ASATI turn right to intercept a course of 205 degrees to ASATI 50 DME, or proceed according to ATC directions. And interestingly, the transition altitude 3,000 feet. Airport elevation of 290 as well, so a couple of things we need to bear in mind with that in relation to the Aerosoft CRJ. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit like and subscribe down below as well. We need to change this, say hello in the live chat as well. We need to change our landing elevation to 290, so 300. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 23. There we are. Landing elevation of 300 there. So if we have to return to the airport, the aircraft knows what it needs to do by way of pressurization. We're at apron 1 anyway at Asuncion, and 20 is over in that direction for the threshold, all the way up there. So nice little taxi. Looking at the SID, the ASATI departure, there's no altitude restrictions for this. It's just crack on up to cruise, which is 36,000 feet today. Just checking a few little bits there. Dylan, hello, be there soon, no problem at all. Akila, very good, thank you. How about yourself? Pretender, Hazza as well, channel members as well as Dylan, welcome to you guys. Thanks for being part of our bronze, silver and gold memberships. Hazza's flying along. I think that's you over there, Hazza, isn't it, in the Latam? I believe. Is that correct? APU's on. Our performance data's done, so we have left our stab trim at 6.9. Captain Paul D and Nick, hello to you two as well. Welcome. Hope you're both okay. Let's drop that, and we want to bring in a range. Yeah, that's what I thought. Where's the SID? Okay, actually, I was looking at the opposite runway, so let's look at the Navigraph again. 20 is facing south. Obviously, I haven't had enough coffee today, so we're going to take off down to Asuncion at 5.6. At or above 1830, we then turn left to intercept the radial. So, my bad there. Just so you guys know what to expect for the departure. Alex, oi oi, hello, you alright? John, hello, and Philip, no problem at all. Just got to my PC, we'll try and get in to fly the leg. We can hold on for a couple of minutes. Set our altitude. Oops. 36,000. There we go. Lovely. We've set our V speeds. No, we haven't. Let's get those set.
Mike, radio check.
Readability 5, Hammy.
Readability 5.
Dead leg in the States, hello to you. Welcome. Right. So we've used the little SimBrief integration here, so I've put the file into the work folder, SGAS SUMU off SimBrief, and I've just typed that in there and it's fed it all in. The only thing I've had to do, of course, is add our departure to ASATI. There's our route for today. And we're pretty much going in a straight line all the way down to Uruguay. 173 degrees you can see there on the list. From MCS, we're just flying 173 degrees all the way down to MONSA. There's a discontinuity there because we haven't put in the arrival data just yet. We'll do that in the cruise. But currently the Met are at Montevideo, winds are 300 degrees at 6 knots. We've got some great freeware scenery as well there, so that's going to be quite nice to look at. In the radio page, 115.9 is the Asuncion VOR that's already tuned itself in, which is good. And we need to put our barrow in as well, so currently QNH 1023. There we go. And we make sure we set that as well. We know that's correct because the airport elevation was 290 degrees, and you can see that when we've changed the pressure, the barometric pressure in the altimeter, we've now got that 290 feet there. Jay's on his way to Hong Kong from London over Kazakhstan at the moment in the sim. Nice stuff. I imagine that's quite scenic. Runway heading is... let's see. 206 degrees according to the charts, so let's spin that. (206) set. So that's all good. We need to put we need to clear those memos. You guys, a couple of you had issues in the Discord server before with that, so I think a couple of people were mentioning it the other day. TSU bake and things. So we pop that one there to low, that one there to low. That's the windshield heating. Probes onto on, and that should have cleared quite a few memos there. You can see there, and all the rest of it, except for the door, will come on when we get the airplane fired up. So for the time being, we've got the door open. Let's close that, shall we? Jonathan, hello.
Captain, the cabin is secure. All passengers are aboard.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the captain and crew, welcome aboard this flight. We hope you enjoy flying with us. Before takeoff, we would like to encourage all passengers to watch our cabin.
Chocks are removed. Ground service carts are removed. Everything's showing closed. Let's come off that tab because otherwise we get problems. And we can go to the checklists tab. We've done all of this, and we've done the takeoff briefing as well, and no pushback required. Oh, there's a FlyUK A320 over there as well. Lovely stuff. We're not gonna push back, obviously, so we're gonna depart. We have to turn a sharp left. Aquila, yes, I've got a Thrustmaster HOTAS T-Fly X kit. Very affordable, 100 and something pounds for everything, including rudder pedals. So, all of those are relating to some of the aircraft systems, APU, aircraft engine bleeds and things like that. What have we set here as well actually for performance? Flaps 8, runway conditions dry, good. That's what I wanted. Nose wheel steering, we can arm that because we're not going to push back. And let's pop that to on. Make sure you've pressed stab trim 1 and 2. And then you press Mac trim and you press yaw damper 1 and 2 as well, so they're all active and ready. And for those of you who use VATSIM and you're not sure how to turn the transponder on, it's that there. So you can pop that on, that's part of the transponder unit, and then you can just click that over to 1 like so, and it will then take standby off the box there, so you can see how that changes. And then it should display on the radio properly for you. What else have we got to do? It's been a while since I've been in the CRJ. All the hydraulics are on as required. We need to put the boost pumps on. That's all set, ready to go. And we are at, oops, double screen scrolling there. I think we're at stand 3 technically, apron 1. Asuncion traffic Skyways 4944 CRJ 700 on apron 1, stand 3. Start up facing north. So we put the boost pumps on. You can see now that pressure warnings for the fuel systems have disappeared. Parking brake is on. Hey, here's another one. Lovely. And we're going to go through the startup procedure. So remembering the locks there. Continuous ignition.
Requesting start on stand, and we're facing east.
Start a left engine. Hear the pack switch off there. If you guys are tuning in for the very first time, come and say hello in the live chat. Whilst that's going on as well, I'm going to put, yeah, VOR1, I think that is, that's what we want. So, that's showing at 25, 20, or 23, I should say. So unlock it, flick it to idle. And you can see now, we're now injecting fuel into the engine. And everything's starting to come up. The ignition temperatures, oil temperature, oil pressures. N2's rising quickly, and N1 will follow with it as well very shortly. And we're watching the needle at the bottom as well. Eventually all of that should go green. The 3 numbers there should be green as well. Alberto and Chile, hello! We still need to do the route that you created.
Ladies and gentlemen, please pay attention as we display the safety features and
Ah.
procedures of the aircraft in case of an emergency.
We've got,
During an emergency, please remain in your seats with your seatbelts fastened and your seats in the upright position.
we've got
Cabin pressure, breathing masks will drop from the ceiling and
Asuncion Centre online.
If there is smoke
128400.
evacuation of the aircraft, the walkway emergency lights will display to the exits, which are located here and here. In case of an extreme emergency landing, you will be instructed to get into the brace position, which is executed by placing your head between your knees with your hands over your head. We would also like to remind you that you should turn off all electronic devices. We thank you for paying attention during this brief presentation.
1, 2, 8400. No, I did forget beacon light. So we started one engine. Asuncion Centre, hello, Skyways 4944 at Asuncion, radio check. Oh, is he text only? Asuncion Radar, good morning to you, Skyways 4944, stand 3 I believe at Asuncion. Request RFR clearance to Montevideo, CRJ 700. Roger, Skyways 4944, I'll stand by. We're going to have to look at our fuel at this rate as well. How are we doing for fuel? 4415. so down almost 100 kilos already. Fets, hello. That's because I've put in a cost index and a few other bits, so it's got the ability to give us flex. I don't want to start the other engine yet. All flexes is a derated takeoff, so all the aircraft have it. Boeing call it something different, they call it a derated takeoff. Dylan, we're waiting a few minutes for clearance anyway, and there's quite a few aircraft on the ground, so you know, if you're at the back of the queue, it'll be a couple of minutes for you anyway, so I'm sure it'll be okay. So we're waiting for the controller to go through our flight plan at the moment and review everything, make sure it is as it should be, and then provide us with our clearance. And then after that, we'll put in our squawk codes and things. As the current FlyUK A320 Neo livery. And then we'll request our clearance and get going. Jonathan, FlyUK is a virtual airline, basically. And they are approved on VATSIM. Gonna have to watch this fuel imbalance here. How are we doing here? 2 on 60. Yes, this is the worry here. It's not too bad at the moment. It's something to watch. Right, so we want the other way. So what we're doing is we're forcing fuel from the right tank into the left tank, and we are rebalancing the aircraft.
At Montevideo, at Asuncion, apron 1
There we go.
to the north, request IFAC clearance to Montevideo.
Almost. That's close enough, isn't it? David A, good morning to you. I might start the other engine, to be honest, or I might shut the left engine down. We can always start it again.
Asuncion traffic, this is aspect 27 Juliet Mike.
So she'll fly live.
Clearance to Montevideo, and we'll stand 9 and we are CRJ 700.
Hopefully the sound balance is good for you guys today. It's bizarre that we have Asuncion radar online. So number 3 in the queue.
Standing by, Skyways 5563.
Fetch, yeah, no problem at all. It's the fuel imbalance thing's an interesting one because you can just keep an eye on it, and you can see now that we're burning fuel on the left engine because we've got it switched on. But we can force fuel across from the right hand side if we need to. The biggest concern really is how much fuel that we're burning while we're waiting for clearance. Our diversion wasn't that far away, so I might have to do a little cheeky refuel. 4492, I think, wasn't it? So we could use the rear panel here. There we are. There we go. That's a little bit of fuel left back in the tanks for us.
Montevideo radar, hello, TAM 245, ready to continue, stand 1.
So you can see now we've got all of our fuel refilled. 2285 on both sides. Clearance number 4. Thinking you guys just heard the ambulance go past my house. John, I am still running my left engine, yes. I'm going to turn it off in a minute though, I think. And just leave it on APU. But it's given me the opportunity to show you guys how to force fuel from one tank to the next using the manual crossflow override, so... Number 5. Yeah, Hazard, I think I might have to. Let's see here. What have we got? APU's available. We'll leave continuous ignition on. Let's shut engine 1 down. Cabin crew have just done the safety demonstration and everything. They weren't online earlier, so well, they were for a little bit, and then I figured that they were logging off. But it's early in the morning for them, I guess. While we wait, I'll show you guys the route on Navigraph for the day. There's the runway, length of 3,352 meters, so nice and long for us today. And we zoom out. So you can see we're going to be going south through the border there. A couple of different FIRs there. Skies 4944, yes, A firm, ready to copy. And then heading all the way down to the coast, and I'm thinking it's going to be really nice. Nick, yes, this is very hands-on to fly. If you don't feed all of the data that it needs and set it up exactly how it should be done, then it can cause problems. Another thing that I've learned thanks to Matthew, who watches regularly, he's America, and he's in America, I should say. He's basically described the CRJ has a hyper or supercritical wing. So because of this, cleared to Montevideo, flight level 360, flight plan route, runway with departure 20, expect ASATI departure with ASATI transition, squawk 3750, Skyways 4944. So let's change our squawk. 3750.
Affirmative,
Lovely.
ready to copy, operators, Juliet Mike.
Make sure I've got that correct. Nick, yeah, so if you lose energy across the wing when you're trying to climb, very quickly it stops climbing basically. Goodman, yes indeed. Philip, I did start Skytrack this time, yes. I didn't last time, did I? I completely forgot.
Flight level 370, departure runway 20, tapping departure, squawk 3540,
Hopefully you guys can hear bits of ATC in the background with the other folks talking, the ones that are flying along today. Skyways 49044, stand 3, request push and start. I don't think he's ever seen Asuncion so busy. Right, while we wait, beacon cleared for pushback, start runway 20, use report ready for taxi. Push start approved, runway in use 20 and report ready for taxi, Skyways 49044. Start her up again. 2285, 2270, so there's only 15 kilos difference there, that's fine.
Scott 5563 is ready to copy.
Around about 22ish. Into idle. And we'll go through the process of starting the aircraft again. So what that's doing there is it's giving us an indication of where the flex level for thrust should be if we want to do a derated takeoff. And that is going to give us a bit of a longer takeoff run. But we should still achieve the V speeds that we've got anyway. And that's the guidance there. Flex is giving us that little purple pink arrow. And the N1 that we should achieve at 85.9 as well. She started. Right engine start.
Scott 5563 is ready for start and pushback now. Australia 27.
There we are.
Mike is fully ready for start and push back stand number 9.
FlyUK in Argentina, welcome. We can't actually push back because of our position, so we'll just request taxi straight away. After start then, Jen's on auto. Electrics checked, bleed valves on auto as well. Yes. APU is currently on, anti-icing is it's all on armed. Auto, nose wheel steering is armed as well, that's there. Taxi slaps, so we want flaps 8. We've set that now, and let's stop moving. Flight controls checked. So within this as well, I don't think I've really shown it very much. We've got the flight control panel here. We go full left, full right, elevators, and the rudder.
ASATI squawk 33111.
Back to the status page. APU's on there. We can turn continuous ignition off, and we can turn the APU off as well. And then we click to close the valve from that little warning there. We've got APU door closed. Brake temps checked, they were both all 0 basically. Rightio. The controller's got his work cut out.
is ready to copy.
Flight time today of around about an hour and a half, and I've got some Streamlabs music to run in the background as well. Or Stream Beats, I think it's called.
Aspect 428, clear to SUMU, flight level 350.
So we've cleared all our ECAM memos, and all we've got on our CAS now, our crew alert system, is park brake on, seatbelt sign on, and no smoking on. So we're all pretty much ready to go. Skyways 4944, ready for taxi. Taxi, airport info, and it should be hold point Echo, runway 20 via apron 1, Lima, Bravo and Echo. Wesley, hello. Guten Abend. Taxi to runway 20, hold short via Lima, Bravo and Echo, Skyways 4944. QNH 1023. Which we've got.
563 is ready for push and start.
Brakes off. Landing, taxi lights and stuff. A little brake test.
27 Juliet Mike is fully ready for taxi.
He's in the way, we're going to go over him. Commentator, good afternoon. I love how Microsoft Flight Simulator's just splattered us in in such random positions. Brilliant.
Clear push and start, runway 20, and we'll report ready for taxi, Skyways 5563, thanks.
Look at that beautiful British Avgeek livery there.
245 first push and start.
Pre-flight taxi.
Aspect 420, ready for a push and start from stand 4 or 5.
I've changed my rudder sensitivities again today, so I've got a really nice, well at least I think anyway, a really nice smooth curve. Takeoff config OK on the CAS.
Runway 20, QNH 1023.
Radar off it says, so click terrain.
After 428, clear for a push and start, we'll advise them ready for taxi.
Flying around South America so far has actually been really nice, really scenic.
5563 is ready for taxi.
And just taxiing on idle. One of the beauties of this aeroplane is the fact it's got a really big sweeping window, so you've got great visibility around.
Taxi via Lima, Bravo, Echo, hold short 20, QNH 1023, Skyways 5563.
Sam 245, request push and start.
So taxiing slow because the other guys are flying along as well. We don't want to plough ahead too far for them. But we can start our pre-takeoff check. So lights and strobes on, we'll do that in a second. Fuel cross-flow to manual.
Clear push and start, we'll advise ready for taxi, Sam 245.
Flight attendants are revised, transponder TCAS on and set, that's already done. Radar terrain display set, we've just done that a few minutes ago. And the CAS is checked, we've also done that too, so all good. We've got that green takeoff config OK memo. We've got our stab trim set as well, that's important in the CRJ. Dijan, hello. Welcome. There's 2. Couple more. How many more have we got to push back, folks? Do we know? Could actually, I could zoom in on Volanta, couldn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're about 3 left to push back, I think. Montevideo controller's online as well. That's fantastic. So we're going to have, you know, for the first time ever doing this little trip, we're pretty much going to have almost full ATC. That's amazing. Is there an event on, or have they just randomly, just logged in? If you guys are controlling it and you're watching, by the way, if you're Asuncion radar or Montevideo radar, come and say hello in the live chat, and thank you in advance for providing some ATC today. David, you're not running too far behind, I don't think. We've still got a couple left to push back.
Bravo and Echo Scenic 1023 and 245.
Don't forget we need 3 minutes between each departure. No, 2 minutes between each departure roughly as well, but then I don't really know how it works in this part of the world. I had a quick spawn in at Montevideo as well before I started the stream, just to have a little look at the freeware scenery, and the link to it is in the description for today's stream if you guys want to download it and make use of it. It is a stunning part of the world to fly in Microsoft Flight Simulator, as you can see. Really nice. And the scenery above is fantastic as well. And
Asuncion radar off by 428, ready for taxi.
It's very good, I've got to say. The scenery that we're going to be flying into. That'd be crew advised. That'd be cute. The old cabin's secure. Thomas, A320 is better than the CRJ. You know what? I actually think I prefer the CRJ. I love how busy it is and all the hands-on stuff. Skyways 4944 is holding at Echo runway 20 ready for departure.
Taxiing by Lima Bravo Echo, hold short of runway 20, QNX 1020. Off by 428.
And see now I can how smoothly I can brake. Chris, hello. Very well, thank you. I've got a blank tips. Oh, there we go. Clear for takeoff. 20 winds. Clear for takeoff. Runway 20. Skyways 4944. Entering the active. Strobes on. Rest toga, we've activated the flight director. And it's given us our guidance for when we rotate as well, so we can aim at that. And we're cleared to take off as well, so landing lights on too. You know what I did forget? Thrust reversers armed.
Central Control, I spoke to
27 Juliet Mike, it's holding point Echo in turn for runway 20.
So, reset the views, so we are ready. Bit of power. 40%. Now we're going to target that flex.
Skyways 556.
And all we've got to do
holding short runway 20.
is go to max thrust. Toga. And it should hold flex for us, he says. B1, rotate. We're just trying to catch that flight director there.
20, and we'll report ready to take off. Skyways 5563.
Positive rate, go up.
7245 holding short 20.
Flaps. Nav. Speed.
Skyway 27 Juliet Mike, Osprey 27 Juliet Mike.
Autopilot.
2 for takeoff, 20.
Turning. Gotta leave the thing in the climb gate there. Radio contact on departure, climb to 360 departure. Cancelled level and speed restrictions. Climb flight level 360 and flight level and speed restrictions cancelled to Skyway 4944.
Skyways 5563 is ready to take off.
Look how stunning this part of the world is. Look at that. Steve, what's my thoughts on the Project Megapack A330? It's not great, is it? Let's face it. Right, baro pressure. Whoops. Click it to standard. Transition altitude here is only 3,000 feet. Good, turning at SUMU. So, let's get some of those beautiful views. We can watch those ailerons deflect as well.
Clear to take off 20, Skyways 5563.
Now, let me know if the music in the background is too loud, or if you can't hear it at all. What's the turn? Oh, where are we going here? It's going Ori.
Osprey 27 Juliet Mike, clear to line up and wait till May 20 and I'll report ready for takeoff.
I'm just slowly turning it up so I don't blow your ears out. Can you hear that? $10,000 already. She's climbing like a rocket. Aerosoft's A330 sounds are good. The Aerosoft A330 would be great. Beyond that though, it's not that great.
Radar Osprey 428. We are number 2 holding short behind the aircraft. That's also holding for the departing Osprey.
Osprey 27 Juliet Mike is ready for takeoff.
Climb flight level 310 and speed level cancelled. Skyways 5563.
Can you hear that? I've put that quite loud.
Space Citizen, Juliet Mike, he's clear to take off on my 20 and
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's coming out of my mic though. Manual crossflow can come on to auto again.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now serving sandwiches.
Right, if it's tinny, that'll be coming through my mic. Which we don't want.
Wing 20 report ready, taxi for 5.
Stand by. Real tech. How's that? Yes, Mort, thank you. Just trying to fix my my music experiment today. So I'm losing track of a few little bits. Like changing the heading select. Climb up to 20,000. We can wait for that one there.
Attention radio, time 245, ready to take off.
Osprey 27 Juliet Mike, climb flight of 370 and cancel level and speed 6. Thanks for the service.
Clear take off 20, time 245.
Radar, Alpha 428, holding short of the 20 at Alpha. Put the line up and wait, Alpha 428.
Yes, DC Mole indeed. Flying the flag for FlyUK today again. I've not done a flight for a little while, so I figured it was about time that we got one sorted. Osprey 490, I think, is that David? He's just getting his clearance now. Beautiful scenery. Highly recommend this part of the world in the sim. Let me look at that down below.
Radar, Alpha 428, fully ready, runway 20.
Got Volanta fired up as well. And how long have we got here? So it won't be too long before we're passed on to Unicom for a little while, because we're going to be flying in Argentinian airspace again for a very short amount of time, before we then pass into Uruguay.
So take off runway 20, Alpha 428.
Really need to work more on the CRJ. Haven't done much time in it. You know what? I think it's my favourite aeroplane in the sim at the moment, I've got to say. You know, as much as I absolutely adore the A320 and I've, you know, really enjoy flying it, I've got to say I think it's particularly fantastic. This, yeah, it's very hands-on. You can quite easily lose track of stuff, or it starts to run away from you a little bit, and I quite like that. DC Mole, I'm guessing, have you got the Mako Simulations Birmingham Airport then? Because that is really cool scenery. Early access at the moment, so still lots to be done, of course. The scenery is just absolutely out of this world. What a place to live. Yeah, the Birmingham scenery is very good in MSFS. One little thing, I asked a pilot about what this is, thinking it was a light. Couldn't find out why it didn't work. Turns out it is a light, but inside, it's basically a light inside, a map light. So you click that and it comes out and it's extendable. Naturally that's not modelled in here, but... Where's ours? 5563. Yeah, climb to 360 on departure. So we're given quite a few different flight levels today. Just going to test the Streamlabs spot in the Discord server because it wasn't working the other day. Nick, like those cutout views through the plane, never worked to set it on other planes, that camera config file. Check flightsim.to actually, and search British AvGeeks custom camera, and you will find that today I've uploaded a file which allows you guys to, if you've got the Aerosoft CRJ, the 787, either the default or the one with the heavy division modifications added to it, or the Aerosoft CRJ, I've put my custom configs, so all of these camera views that you're seeing today during today's stream, I've put into a zip file for all of you guys to download and just put into your own sim. Naturally from there you can tweak, you know, whatever you guys want for your settings. But read the README. Tab, attention to CRJ 700 at 12 nautical miles. I love how it's giving us a radar service via text. Giving us a TCAS traffic alerts. How are we doing on Volanta here? Not doing too badly at all. That said, how are we doing on the route? Okay, that's fine. Volanta looked a little bit different to what I was expecting there. So let's turn that to FMS1. Hold star. So this now means, for those of you who don't have the CRJ, it now means that we are in control of the throttle. So 36,000 feet, you're going to see that the speed's going to start to increase again. The only time that this controls the throttle for us is during a climb. DCMO, yeah, you know what, when I came across it, I was so happy to find out the 787 has finally been improved.
We kind of blew past flight level 120. We able to hold flight level 130 up April 28.
We're on altitude capture anyway, and once we level off, we'll let the speed come up. And then my top tip from before, I think from memory it was 81 or 82% N1, I think, for us here. Might do Mach decimal 78 or 79 actually. So let's bring that throttle down a bit. And there we go, we're at cruise. And you can see the engines are showing that we're on cruise mode as well.
Altitude speed restrictions have been cancelled. Off air 420.
It's giving us a little bit of an idea. So the little blue triangle is giving us a rough indication of where it wants the throttle for optimum cruise. And that's based on our FMS. So if we go to the performance page, I think it's in here. That was set to 46, but we've taken off and it's disappeared now. VNAV setup, was it in here? Target speed, 300 Mach decimal 74. That's not quite accurate because we're Mach 79er at 260.
70 will cross traffic at firm.
We're pretty much flying in a straight line all the way. But you can see now I'm managing the throttle manually. There's no auto thrust in this. I've set 82% M1. It's ever so slightly creeping down a little bit, so tiny little bit on the throttle. Just 0.6 of a movement forwards, 0.5 on the M1. It's just crept down a bit more, so let's go to 83.
160 restricted. Off air 420.
And we'll just watch the speed. We should be good there though. There we go. What have we got for custom views then? Whoops. Look at that river. DC Mole, yeah, you know what's fantastic as well? The fact that now we've got mirrorless 747-8 liveries, which is taken a long time, but now we've got those, really nice, and we just need, of course, to be told that the Salty Sim mod allows direct 2s. Then I can use it on VATSIM. Should be getting past 2 Unicom shortly. There's a nice little line of aircraft for us, all departing. We've got one on the ground still. It's just about to take off. So actually, we've got some good spacing. Maximum about 20-30 minutes behind, I think that works out to be. So that's pretty good. Ashley, hello. It's going very well, thank you. How you doing? Switching it up today with a little experiment on stream. So a bit of ambiance. And we're following along on the I think it's leg 6 I was saying earlier of the Scenic South America Class D pilots tour on FlyUK. Class D or Class E? I think it's Class D. The CRJ is Class E though, so everybody can use it straight away. Dylan, who's TAM 165? Hazard, I think, is TAM.
Cancel off air 420.
Flying along. Hopefully you guys that watched the Flight Sim Association webinar yesterday enjoyed that as well. That was very different, and the first time they've done anything like that with any YouTubers and things, and first time I've done it myself as well, so certainly quite enjoyable. Oh wow, look at that down there. Commentator, I think it went quite well. He's put in a very good word for me apparently with VATSIM for the community partnerships. We're still waiting for the results of that, of course. But I've been told around about 2 weeks from now we should hear back.
3, we'll report it REPAM.
David B, good afternoon. Report to REPAM Skyways 4944. That scenery is insane. Ashley's bought a headset over the weekend, did my first voice VATS in flight yesterday. Thanks for the confidence from this channel. Awesome. And saying it went well. Manchester to Malaga with ATC for clearance, then Unicom until you arrived at the start with radar, Madrid radar coming online. Got full coverage to the gate with no problems. That's great to hear, nice one. Hopefully you enjoyed it a lot and some of the nerves settled as well. I know that pushing that push to talk for the very first time is quite nerve-wracking actually for everybody. I think we're passing REPAM now, yes we are. Asuncion radar, Skyways 4944 passing REPAM. We can bring that speed back a bit. And very soon, actually, you'll be able to join us on our flights as well. Of course, everybody's always welcome. So once you feel up to it, Dylan, yes, that's sadly why I completely avoid the salty sim mod at the moment. You just cannot use it on VATSIM at all. So I'm manually changing the speed here. There we go, let's try and capture that, so let's get that back up a bit. At the border, continue with the Unicom 122.8 for Skyways 4944, and thank you very much for the ATC, and come and say hello in the live chat on my stream. Really appreciate it. Have a good day. Come on, let's get that throttle back, shall we? That's a good question, Gridman. Actually, yeah. What headset did you buy, Ashley? Actually, yes. I was the exact same. I've got to say. Yeah, I felt really confident up to the point I actually went to press the push to talk button, and then, even though I knew what I had to say, it all fell out of my brain, and yeah, had that little moment of panic almost. Right, guys, flying along. I'm doing Mach decimal 76. So, if you're quite far behind, let us know. We can try and slow down a little bit more. I can go down to Mach 74. Or you guys could do Mach decimal 78 and catch up. Dylan, nice. I'll have to check out Discord after. In fact, I'll use my phone actually. Once I've got this throttle settled, we want 83-ish%. There we go. That should hold our speed in the target quite nicely a bit. Hazza, see. Dylan, I'm just checking out your... Oh yeah, I can see that. He's a little tiny speck, but yeah, I can just about see him. That speed's crept up again. Let's bring that throttle down a bit more, shall we? Let's do 82% N1. G Cook, do you think the in-game MSFS in-game flight plan will get added to the CRJ at some point? You know what, I don't think it ever will, we know. Ultimately, it's designed to work exactly like the real aircraft, so you have to calculate your performance pages in the EFB. You have to look at your takeoff trim settings, your centre of gravity and all that sort of stuff. And then you need to feed the FMS, or the CDU as it is in this. So you've got to give it all the information it needs for it to work properly. So the in-game flight plan doesn't allow for that. So I don't think it'll ever be supported, if I'm honest. They've tried to create a I hate the word study level because it doesn't actually exist. It's not actually a thing. They've tried to create a really highly detailed aircraft that works like the real thing. Dylan, nice, you're following the contrail, and you've got John on the left as well. If you're enjoying today's stream, guys, make sure you hit the like button down below, and if you're new to the channel, come and say hello on the live chats, and make sure you hit subscribe as well. Montevideo looked pretty cool as well as an airport, so I'm looking forward to checking that out. Hopefully we get the ATC stay online. Never thought I'd ever do a stream. I never thought I'd do a stream in South America where it's particularly early in the morning for them on a Monday and we'd have ATC. Armani, good question. What's the next aircraft to be released that will be detailed? So it's a bit of a coin toss at the moment. The PMDG DC-6, which is a real old school aircraft, that is in QA testing at the moment prior to release, so that's around about a month or so away, I think. And the Quality Wings 787, which is going to be absolutely incredibly good, so I look forward to checking that out as well. That said, I have a couple of questions for Quality Wings, and I find it difficult to find any contact details for them. Ashley's bought the Corsair Void Elite headset. Nice. I've got quite a cheap headset personally. I've got a HyperX wired headset. Don't judge me. I think it was like £14 on Amazon. But it works pretty well. Oh, Dylan, nice. Yeah, I can see the contrails in front of you that you're following. That's pretty cool. I wonder if the guys that I can see ahead. Tandil, come to Ushuaia. It's not on this particular tour actually, but I would be quite happy to go and visit and have a little look to see what it's like in the simulator. Spitfire RAF, hello, welcome to you. Gridman, exactly, if it works, it works. And no batteries, so I don't have to worry about the sim crash to desktop if my batteries run out. Let's try and get some screenshots of FlyUK, shall we? Like I was saying earlier, I love the A320neo. Really, really do, and I love the fly-by-wire mod. You know, I've been a QA on that project from day one back in September, when they allowed QA testers and things, and I love that project. But the CRJ is fantastic. Frex, hello. The livery creator that painted our awesome 787 channel livery, guys. Frex, hello to you. We've been using the wireless ones now for years. Nothing wrong with HyperX. Love them. Yeah, you know what? I've the only issue that I've got is the way that the microphone works. It's obviously a very good microphone because it is picking up loads of little background sounds. Some of you guys will remember a couple of months ago, my missus was emptying the dishwasher downstairs in the house, the other side of the house, and you guys could hear her clanging some plates. So I've hopefully changed the suppressor and made sure that doesn't happen again. But it's been hard work setting up the microphone. It picks up too much or too little. Hopefully you guys are finding the audio a lot better now though, since I've reinstalled Windows. Actually went over it in my head 5 times, then gained the courage to press the button. Helps to write down what you're going to say for the first few times, then just reading it really, you'll be fine. Completely agree. Preparation is part of the battle, I think. Really is. And if you can write stuff down and you're reading it out, you've taken half the pressure away from you. Ashley, yeah, bought the wired version as well. Yeah, I think that's probably a great shout, to be honest. Ooh, Streamlabs just went off. Luke's renewed his channel membership. Nice one, thank you very much. Hopefully the music's at a good volume as well. Bit of lo-fi stream beats today. I forgot, did the Streamlabs bot kick in? Let me try again. There's a couple of changes to the way that Streamlabs, the bot, is working since I've reinstalled Windows, so I might have to start using Nightbots a bit more. Not too loud and not too disturbing. I mean, it's bordering on lift music, isn't it? But there's nothing wrong with a bit of lift music for a bit of chill. It's good to see Streamlabs isn't going to work for us, I don't think. Yeah, I can see it didn't load it before either. Let me try and fire this up again. See if we can wake it up. The nicest thing with the CRJ is, you know, providing you can sort out the advanced. Oh, that might be why. Providing you can set an N1 that's within the range, your speed doesn't really change that much. You can see there we've set 81 or 82% N1 and it's just ever so slightly sitting below the band, but we could just cheat and go, oh yeah, I wanted max 7.5, then you're slightly over the speed. So 82 point, literally like a millimetre of movement there, just a tiny notch just to help bring that speed up. Armani. It's not doing too well today, is it? I'll pretend to be the bot. While we're managing this, I will sort out the backup bot. Nightbot is of course what we usually use. for commands and things like that. Next Saturday we're going to be going to Manchester Airport. We're going to be taking that over actually, so for the first time ever we're going to be having a fully staffed Manchester Airport on VATSIM. I'm going to set up the tower view as well, so we can get we can see all of the aircraft taking part, flying in and out, and we're going to have dual runway ops as well. We've got 2 tower controllers taking part, which is going to be awesome. You have to check out Screenshot Contest, AvGeek. Got an amazing group shot of the 3 of us following you. I'd have to have a little look. Gridman, your first VATSIM flight will be during one of British AvGeek's Birmingham streams. Thanks. Well, on Saturday we'll be at Manchester, so make sure you join us then. And last time we did these sort of things, we had we ended up having more traffic than Heathrow and Gatwick and Manchester on the network, which is incredibly cool. Hopefully we should start getting Nightbot up here. Let's test the theory. Gridman, yes, this Saturday. Usual times, 1 o'clock. Let's bring that throttle back a tiny bit because we've crept above our speed slightly. Yay, Nightbot's working. At least we have a bot again. Good grief. I always get asked about specs as well, so let me update that into a command on Nightbot. A ladder formation. You know what? Oh, where's the range? There we go. How are we doing on legs? So we go to the progress page. Where are we going to? Love that. 34 knot headwind component with a crosswind from the right at 43 knots. There's our current wind and our current ISO and all that sort of stuff as well. That's quite cool. Such a brilliant aeroplane. So SUMU, 44 minutes to go. 302 nautical miles, 300 nautical miles left. Such a fantastic aeroplane, this. Gridivan, you know what? I've fixed specs as well. There you go. I think that's, well, if it works, should do. Let's check out these screenshots then. Oh, that's cool, John. And screenshot contest. That's pretty cool. Triple contrail, wow. That's pretty awesome. What's everybody's speeds? David for BVX 490, if you make sure you're going a bit quicker, like Mach 80 if you can. Because I think by the looks of this, you're going a lot slower than us. Oh, 1285, we're already in his airspace. Controlo en todo Uruguay. Servicio radar en todo el pay. Don't know what that means. I think he's about to get a shock, and so are we. 128.5. That speeds nicely there, and there we go. 82% N1 basically is what we're holding, and it's managing our speed for us quite nicely. Wowzers, look at that. Mach 75. John's at Mach 70. Crikey, I'm at Mach 76. David, no problem. You know what? Let's work a bit of a deceleration. I'm going to do Mach 74. Trying to capture that throttle again. Let's get it slowly back up. Careful at 70, yes. That sensitive hypercritical wing, supercritical wing. I forget which one it is. There we go. Let's try and let that N1 settle a little bit, about 81. That should maybe hold our speed nicely there. So again, I've set an N1 to try and target holding our speed about Mach 74 there. How you doing, Matthew? What routes have you been doing lately? David A's at Mach 78, awesome. Dial her up to 80. Uruguay control, I think this is. Or Uruguay radar. Supercritical, there we go. I keep calling it hypercritical wing, I don't know why. And then I keep changing it back to supercritical, but I'm gonna have to remember that one. Back in my my favourite jet of MSFS today, Matthew. The LSU set this command to be of links does not exist. Brilliant. I don't even know what that refers to. Let me find it. Ah, yes. John's at 8-0. Dylan's at 8-0. Wowzers. And we're pootling along quite casually. Don't even know how to refer to these guys. There's our contact me. Uruguay control, hello, Skyways 4944, flight level 360, passing Mike Charlie Sierra.
Skyways 9144, this is Montevideo Center. Please squawk 6052 for identification.
Squawk 6052 for ident, Skyways 4944. (6052). Press ident. So we're now.
4944 radar contact. I will request 370350 for the rest of the route.
Roger, flight level 350 please for Skyways 4944.
Roger, descend and maintain flight level 350. Runway 24 at Carrasco.
Descend and maintain flight level 350 and expect runway 24 at Curacao, Skyways 4944. Vertical speed. Is this one complex calibration of throttle? Yes. One of the most important factors to this is making sure you've calibrated the throttle really carefully. Because you are managing the throttle entirely, you want to have a couple of short snappy detents at the top for climb, toga and max, and then you obviously want idle at 0, but quite importantly you will want a lot of range for your throttle in the middle, because you're manually controlling everything, so it gives you that really it gives you the ability to really carefully fine tune it. He says as he's losing the speed a little bit.
Skyways 5563, please, good morning sir, please squawk 6014.
Martin, hello, welcome. So, asking a question, how do you make VATSIM ATC messages appear in screen on MSFS? On your vPilot client, you go Settings, Notifications, and then the very bottom option says Show Incoming Text Message in Simulator. That's the one you want to tick.
5563 with a contact flight level 310, expect runway 24 at Carrasco.
You know what we need to do? Look at our approaches and things. So, Navigraph. ILS24. Just add that in for now. And we're coming in via MONSA, so we've got MONSA 1 Golf or 1 Charlie. Let's check those out. Whoa, that is the charts for today. MONSA 1 Golf to the initial approach fix of Conby. And then runway 24. Combi, so very slight DME arc. And then an 11 or 12 mile final for us there. Oh, good grief, how many NDBs and things? There's 2 NDBs, one for an outer marker, one for a middle marker. And then Carrasco VOR as well for us to set. So let's increase that range a little bit. Let's go ahead and set these then, and we'll put in our arrival via MONSA. MONSA 1 Golf is what we want, according to that. Try asking the controller for the approach star. No, it's fine. It's as you can see there from the charts, we're coming in via MONSA. It gives us a discontinuity, and it's only one approach, so MONSA 1 Golf via Combi. There we are. Done. Easy. Next page, there's our discontinuity again, and we've got 2 monsters as well, so always check those, clear them. We can clear the one at the top so it's not the one that's in the star data. Monster to Combi. Runway stuff, and then missed approach, so in case of a go around, hold it to Delta 180J. Zahir, hello, welcome. It's a good question actually. With my spec, I've actually got a blend of the 2. You can tell I've not been in this for a little while because my throttle control isn't as smooth as it usually is. So it's a mixture between medium and high, although I've swapped out the motherboard recently, and I've put the SIM onto a 1TB M2 NVMe SSD, so a little bit quicker than a usual SSD. So I've actually put a couple of settings up a little bit more. There's our top of descent marker there, little TOD just before NTED. How are we doing on that speed? That's pretty good actually. Radio page. So we want Carrasco VOR 116.9er. Let's pop that into there. We want 1099 for the ILS. And then we've got Carrasco 280 and Carrasco 260 for 2 different NDBs. There we are. That's speed.
Sorry, sir. Is 27 Juliet Mike calling? Affirmative, sir. It's on spray 27 Juliet Mike, flight 380.
Combi at 3,000 feet apparently.
It will be 6050. 6050 off spray 27 Juliet Mike.
Paraguay control.
Trying to stick it around 82, 83 again. Let it settle. Minimums ILS frequency for the ILS DH of 305. DH, or we go MDA of 305 I should say.
I will request 370 or 390.
305. We'll go 310, we'll go above rather than below. We could set a DH of 200 if we want to go and do this. More showing you guys the features more than anything else. Just takes a long time for this to wind up. That's the only problem. $200. We'll hide it for now. What else have we got to think about? Airport elevation. So it says transition altitude's 3,000, which is bizarre. So we'll do flight level, I don't know, we'll do flight level 40, we'll just see what happens for our transition. And the airport elevation is 105 feet, so we need to change that figure there. It's at 300 at the moment because we departed from an airport 300 feet elevation. Oh, minus 20, whoopsie.
350,
0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. It's 105, it's the closest we can get. So we'll go with 100. So that's our landing elevation, all set, ready to go as well. And I think we're pretty much there, guys. So the hold is basically a 10-mile radial from Carrasco VOR on a radial of 180, and then we just hold based on that 10 DME little spot, if you like. So in the A320 I sometimes get a USU turning up in the FMC, and I'm unable to delete it. That'll be USR, won't it, if I'm thinking of the correct thing there? USR is basically a Microsoft Flight Simulator's own input of a waypoint, so it's not great. Matthew, yeah. You know what? It's tedious in the sim, so I'm glad you're saying it could be quite tedious in real life as well when you're trying to tune the DA properly yourself. Yeah, I'd imagine you get quite a bit of wrist ache. That fine motor skill though would be good. So the USR waypoint, Steve, it can't be deleted sadly at the moment until fly-by-wire input a fully working LNAV with its own custom flight plan manager, and it is being worked on at the moment. Philip, they're catching us now from behind. We might want to push on a bit. Yeah, they are actually, aren't they? Trying to let David catch up though, that's all. We'll go max 76. Yeah, Steve, we won't be able to delete the USR waypoint until all of that has been fixed, I'm afraid. Flight plan manager and things like that. SUMU, 220 miles to go, 30 minutes en route time. We'll have 1,300 kilos of fuel left on board. So just increase to max 76, just to keep the spacing with the folks behind. Hopefully David's absolutely maxing out. He's catching us up. It's about 82, I think, M1, wasn't it?
4944. Please say Mach number.
I've just increased to Mach decimal 76, Skyway's 4944.
Motion maintain 0.76 or greater, thank you.
Roger, Mach 76 or greater, Skyway's 4944. No worries, David. He's just given me a speed restriction anyway, so I can't go any slower than I'm doing now. Oh, lovely. Thunderstorms just crashed overhead the house. That'll have the dog panicking. Old Trotter will come up in a minute. DFD, welcome. Got me on in the background. Nice stuff. Hope you're enjoying it. Let's bring that M1 down ever so slightly. So we're at 82.1, and this is where setting your throttle detents comes in really handy, because I've moved my throttle back a tiny bit, and I've been able to drop the M1 by about 0.7%, which is a really small amount. It's just letting me give that finer control in the cruise.
428, please say Mach number.
Who's Osprey 428? Controller's asking for the Mach. He's going to have to start spacing us a little bit, I think. don't think I'm going to be able to see the guys behind.
Paraguay radar up to 420, radio set please.
Hello, please say Mach number.
Mach number decimal 80. I'm sorry, but not. I'm responding. My flight didn't change the radio for me.
Oh, he's in the A320, I'd imagine then. There we are. Favourite aeroplane in the sim right now.
Okay, 428, please maintain Mach number 0.76 for separation.
Mach decimal 76 off to 420.
I've not landed this for a long time either. Trying to think when the last flight that I did was for this. Ashley, by the way, definitely appreciating this background music along with the chat. It's definitely helping while I bash through many spreadsheets at work today. I'm glad you're enjoying the background tunes. Something different. I was quite keen to have something on in the background for you guys as well. That's stunning scenery, look at that. Those feeder rivers there, breaking off from that central river. And I'm now going to have to find out what that is.
Please say Mach number.
Mach decimal 80, Tam 245.
Tam 245 for...
We're passing over Paso de los Torres,
0.76.
Lago de Paso Palmar, coming up soon, he says. Can't see it yet. Really recommend this part of the world. It's Philip, John and Hazza have been stuck together for ages now. Yeah, I think we have to fly an offset track. Can't even do that in Microsoft Flight Simulator properly yet.
5563, please say Mach number.
Matthew, you're excited about PMDG's DC-6? Yeah, it's going to be quite cool, isn't it, I think? I'm not sure if it's something that I would be... if it's something that I'd use a lot. It all depends on price points as well. Yeah, PMDG aren't... Yeah, they're one of the best in the business, so it's not going to be cheap, but... Am I going to use it that much? I'm not sure. It'd certainly be great fun though, I've got to say. Really good fun. Proper old school flying. Franco, welcome to Uruguay, thank you very much. Is it you, by any chance, that's controlling today? We've got Gualdemar Gutierrez controlling for us at the moment, and Felipe, who was our Asuncion control, Asuncion radar.
4944, could you, can you do 0.8 Mach number?
Hey firm, I'll increase to Mach decimal 78, Skyways 4944.
Actually, I am asking 0.8 if possible.
Yes, Mach decimal 78.
Not 78, just 80.
Oh, 80. Hey firm, yep, that'd be the max for me. You can Skyways 4944, Mach decimal 80.
Thank you, sir.
Up we go, back to our original cruise speed. Hazza, we are on runway 24, and it's the MONSA 1 Golf. Armani, thank you. I'm not sure what I was must have been hearing something else. 7.8 sounds nothing like 8.0, does it? I don't know, I had no idea what my ears were hearing. There we go. Smoothly up on the old throttle there to get back. Max 7.8 now. Akila, how long would it the flight be in real life?
428, please say Mach number.
Not sure, to be honest. I think it's meant to be about an hour and a half, and around about the same time for this. I fly in real time. I've just gone ever so slightly slower than usual. Pretty much a straight line all the way. 56 knot crosswind. So our track is 07072 degrees. Our heading is 180, sorry. There we are, max decimal 80, 82.2% N1, so we can go and enjoy the views for a little bit more. Matthew, you were mentioning in the Discord it's hands down the most rewarding aircraft in the sim. The DC-6 was a blast across the North Atlantic, and it just needs someone to make the weather ships NDBs. How easy would that be, do you know? Aquila, there's no problem at all. It makes sense to me.
563. Could you please do...
We must be getting quite close to each other because he's given us multiple speed changes here.
Thank you, sir.
I need to do a first officer full flight at some point soon. There's the lake that I was on about. Coming up into view. Oh, it might be that one there actually. The geography of this part of the world is pretty broken. Franco, yes, we've got some fantastic scenery in Montevideo. So really looking forward to that. Freeware scenery on flightsim.to. And generally it's just been an incredibly stunning part of the world to fly in. South America in Microsoft Flight Simulator has been very, very nice. So I really highly recommend it. Now this is proper lift music. Get the sax out. Elon Pilot, hello. Were you going to fly along today, or just late to tuning in on the stream? So we're only about 2/3 of the way there. We've still got 20 odd so minutes left to go. Philip, yes. I think a few of us might have to fly a hold. Thankfully I'm at the front of the queue, so I'll be okay. Elon Pilot, good grief, 170 gig on there. I think the last time I checked I had 479 folders of add-ons. So yeah, it's been pretty interesting. Matthew Presley, the NDBs would probably be fairly easy for someone to make. It was quite literally a dozen or so ships that would sit around certain lat and long points in the middle of the ocean. Yeah, you know what, I wonder if you can get hold of those, Matthew, if you can get hold of all of the coordinates, stick them in our Discord server, and if I get time, I will try and see if I can build them and put them on flightsim.to. So I'll see if I can create those ships with the NDBs linked to them. If you can find the frequencies that they're supposed to be and the exact coordinates and things, let me know. Can you show how to do a hold in the CRJ? Yes, I've done a tutorial on it for those of you who have watched a few times before. But let's have a quick look at the charts. Approach runway 24 ILS. There's a hold at Conby. So, say for example, we get told to hold at Conby. We would click that. It goes into the scratch pad. Click hold, and you can see it's there. We would then enter that, and it says hold at Conby. But if it doesn't go in properly like there, add it in like so, and it will then give you the page that I was looking for just then. And you can see entry, exit and things like that. So actually the inbound entry point at Combi is 222 degrees. But the aeroplane's saying that it's bringing us in at 154, which is probably about correct, to be fair. But we would want to change that. So we could type in 222/R for a right turn. And you can see just about there, I've changed the direction of the hold at Combi, and it's exactly as it looks like on the charts. You can change the leg time, so I'd recommend 1 minute. And max speed 283. I'm going to suggest, I don't know if it's going to allow us to do this. There we go, changing that to 240. And then you hit execute. And then it will commit that to your aircraft, into your flight plan. When you leave it, there'll then be an option here. When you enter the hold, there'll be an option here for exit hold. You just press it, and that's it. The aeroplane will fly out of the hold for you. Wouldn't take too long to set up. How long is the runway that we're landing at? Great question. 24 is 3,200 meters, so really nice and long actually. And we're going to vacate most of the way down actually before runway 1 and 19. There's a taxiway Charlie that we're going to vacate at. And then hopefully we can go over to the new airport. Commercial apron 1. He might give us commercial apron 2, but we can request gates if we have to. All depends where we stop on the runway as well, I guess. How are we doing? Let's check out these views. Wow, look at that.
Skyway 4944, after passing the VOR Delta Uniform Romeo, please proceed direct Combi intersection for ILS 24.
After Delta Uniform Romeo VOR, proceed direct Combi and expect ILS 24. Also, Skyway 4944, request descent please.
Descend flight level 070.
Descend flight level 070, Skyway 4944. Oopsie. Vertical speed mode, so I've brought the throttle down because we're going to be descending. There we go. We need to go direct, so direct Combi, execute. This is how he's given us the shortcut now. So he's given us a bit of a shortcut, and what it's doing is good old.
Skyway 4944, please maintain high speed descent.
Maintain high speed, Skyways 4944. It's doing that little Aerosoft wiggle. Right turn, left turn. So I'm pretty sure he's basically said that even below 10,000 we're going to have to keep our foot down. But I'm going to have to ask for a speed on conversion as we get a bit lower. Anyway, down we go. Beautiful landscape. Franco, you usually fly the 727-200 and it's a beautiful approach to land with cards in hand. Nice. We don't have anything like that in Microsoft Flight Simulator just yet. Nihal, hello to you, welcome. We're going into Combi, we're going direct, so what I'm going to do, how far have we got? 80 miles, let's bring that range in. It's not picking up any VORs. It's got VOR 2. ADF 1 as well. There we go. So we're picking up Carrasco VOR and the Carrasco NDB at the moment. And all we've got left to do is sort out the ILS, and the course, the inbound course, is 242.
420, we're just over 7 miles from top of the planet.
Roger, Osprey 428. Please, I will apply for descent. Give me a minute.
Affirmative,
Yeah, it's a pretty cool part of the world.
Skyway 5563, are you ready for descent?
Got the coast up ahead.
Sorry, 5563, yeah, we can
Never been good at managing the camera. Watch the. You can see there, 5 minutes, not even up, like 10 seconds out the flight deck, and the speed runs away from you a little bit.
090, direct combi, Skyway 5563.
So the aeroplane's converted itself to 295 knots. It's going to be a high pressure approach if he's wanting us high speed all the way through. It's going to be interesting.
Flight level 110, Osprey 420.
It's actually giving us a advisory VNAV little snowflake there, so it's telling us if we're below. It's telling us we need 2.1. The little green dot. It's actually telling us what we need to achieve in order to meet the constraints. So this is the advisory VNAV at work, and I'm trying to match our vertical speed with that, but also managing the throttle and seatbelts.
Osprey 27 Juliet Mike, requesting descent. Osprey 27 Juliet Mike, descent flight level 130. Descent 130.
You guys can choose. Do you want the music on as we're flying the approach and landing, or do you want it slowly faded away? We're catching that a bit better now, look. 2.1 is probably the best option, just to meet the green ball. Matthew, that's a great way of describing the CRJ. CRJ is like a small child. If you look away for a few seconds, it'll misbehave. Yeah, we've just seen that there perfectly, haven't we? Hopefully you guys can see this. The little green arrow is pointing to a tiny little blue circle, and that is our advisory VNAV. So the aeroplane is saying that we need to match our vertical speed with that in order to descend and meet the profile. Aquila, no, I don't know Swiss.
Skyway 4944 for number 1, please maintain high speed descent.
For number 1, maintain high speed descent, Skyways 4944. Is 295 knots okay?
As fast as you can. 00 is okay.
Roger. Ay, ay, ay. I can't go that fast on approach.
Have you seen the private message, sir?
Beeline pilot, thank you very much. Let's set target 300. I can't go much faster. We have to bring our vertical speed down. Because we're going quicker, we're going to have to descend faster. SUMU ATIS. Transition level 040. What did I put? Oh, I got it perfect. That was a good guess. Let me see. Surface wind 280 degrees, 11 knots, visibility 10 kilometers or more, Few clouds, 1,300 feet, temperature +13, dew point +10 degrees Celsius, QNH 1014. So let's...
Osprey 490, do you copy boys?
Osprey.
1014.
Thank you, sir. Please escort 6041 and
I can't go much faster. We're doing 310 knots on descent.
Osprey 490, radar contact, please descent level 370.
Cloud in Microsoft Flight Simulator usually means ice. Let's go on the performance page quickly. VREF of 134. So 139 for approach speed. We're gonna have to slow down real quick. That's half the speed that we're doing now. Let's pop wing anti-icing on because I'll forget otherwise when we bust through the clouds. I mean, that's all done, we've set all of those. Cool. Never tried X-Plane. I know Zebo is very good. But I'm all about Microsoft Flight Simulator, personally. I really like it and I'm in no rush to get rid of it. Especially with this. Aerosoft CRJ, can't fault it. I know, the ILS goes a bit buggy sometimes and plays up, but what a wonderful machine. It's a handful. You know, things go wrong quite quickly with it, but providing you plan far enough ahead.
44, please say indicated airspeed.
Indicated 310 knots, Skyways 4944.
Okay, please maintain 310 until passing 10,000. Then you may reduce to 240.
Maintain 310 until 10,000, then reduce to 240, Skyways 4944.
Runway pass 563, please
Wow.
say indicated airspeed.
Yeah, Matthew, that's what I'm worried about. There's the fact that we've got 20 miles, 30 miles till approach, and we're still being told to maintain a ridiculous speed. Eventually, I'm going to have to say we're unable to maintain the speed. We're just going to have to slow down. I'll be watching this like a hawk. We're below the snowflake, which is good. I'm actually trying to descend below it slightly so that we can... actually, yeah. Yeah, I'm worried about that. So we can just do a bit of a level flight at least, but we've still got to step down to 3,000 feet. Going to increase our rate of descent down below 10,000, I think. And then we're just going to have to idle the throttle, I think. I might trick it actually. I might put... let's do 2,800. I might put cowl icing on. Well, we'll be fine. Or if all else fails, we will have to fly the hold, or go around and do again. We've got TCAS giving us an alert there behind us a second ago. Aircraft right up our chuff. So, yes, just slightly in the distance there. I can see some lights flashing away.
Skyway 4944, continue your descent to 3,000 feet. You are clear for ILS 24, report established localizer.
Continue descent 3,000 and cleared ILS 24, report when established, Skyways 4944. Right, things are going to happen real quick here, so oops. Going to be a bit cheeky here, and I'm going to do 236. Whoever's behind me should start slowing down rapidly because you're going to bunch up real quick otherwise.
Skyway 5563, please. Reduce the speed to 210.
Gridman, he's been managing our speed for quite a while now.
Here for Skyway 5563.
We've got discontinuity that's crept in.
Skyway 5563 will be vectoring for sequencing runway 24. You may continue in descent to flight level 050. Please stay heading.
Dylan, I've got chance for SUMU.
Flight level 050 and inspect vectors. We're currently heading 166.
Roger, turn right heading 160. Correction, turn left heading 160.
So,
Turn left 160. Skyway 5563.
lights as required, signs are all on, icings as required. Oops. Thrust reversers are armed, landing gear's not down yet, we're going to start putting out flaps as well in a second. Yeah, we should be okay, folks. Descending on idle now. We'll be fine.
Osprey 428, continue descent to flight level 070.
It's going to be a quick approach though.
070 off triple 20.
So what was our course? 242 for approach.
Osprey 27 Juliet Mike, continue descent to flight level 090.
Dylan, no, you're misreading the charts there, buddy.
Osprey 27 Juliet Mike.
The arrivals at this airport are all on one chart. You feed in for a MONSA for us on MONSA 1 Golf, and it's just a straight line to Combi, and then you look at your ILS 24 plates, and you can see a very slight 12 DME arc. So it certainly works as it should. I'm going to go to heading mode. Because things are going to happen very quickly, I'm going to set our VREF now. And I'm going to change nav source to lock. 242 course, that matches the charts. 2 miles to Combi. We'll be levelling off shortly at 3,000.
563, please reduce the speed to 180.
Into the cloud.
Speed 180. Skyway 5563.
Osprey 428, please reduce the speed to 210 degrees. Correction, speed to 210 knots.
There's a little RLS blip.
Osprey 420.
Osprey 428 for sequencing runway 24, please turn left heading 090.
Switching runway
Through the clouds.
left to 0, was it 090? Osprey 420.
That's the one, 90.
So I'm just choosing speeds now. I'm going to try and hold that T speed for a second. Local QNH. One.
Skyway 5563, please continue reducing your speed to approach speed and descend to 3,000.
Everybody behind, guys, start slowing down rapidly.
And reduce speed to final approach speed. Skyway 5563.
I'm flying just above my clean at the moment.
Descend to 050.
Continue descent, flight level 3, the flight level 050 off triple 20.
Osprey 27 Juliet Mike for sequencing, please turn right heading, turn left heading 090. And descend.
Foggy. There's the guys coming in behind rapidly. There's another one. This is great. Hopefully the controller's loving it. There's our TCAS alert. As I start to try and...
4944, 10 left, 10 right, heading 210 and intercept the localizer.
Right, 210 to intercept Skyways 4944. I was just working up myself there. Approach mode. Now we've got to watch for the bug.
You will be passing, crossing the localizer and intercepting from the south side.
Flaps 8 at the moment.
Copy that, cross the localizer and we'll intercept from the south, so it's 5563.
I'm trying to hold, yeah, a fairly decent speed for the folks behind. Strange behaviour there from the...
5563, please say speed.
Sky 5563.
11 miles.
Indicating 200 knots. We're trying to slow down. Speed brakes out, flaps down.
I see, sir.
I'm trying to hold 180 minimum.
4944, the wind is 290 degrees, 13 knots, runway 24, clear to land.
Runway 24, cleared to land, Skyways 4944.
Skyway 5563, turn right, heading 270, intercept localizer.
Right, I'm going to have to start slowing down, we're at 9 miles.
Right, 270 and report a service, Sky 5563.
180. 50. So, there's the runway. Get down. It's flying the ILS beautifully.
Right to 170 after 420.
That's one.
Can't spend too long out of the flight deck. 160. Jay, it's a beautiful route, really recommend it. See if I can get some more pics.
428, please reduce speed to 180.
Speed
Alright.
180 after 420.
We're in Uruguay for the first time ever. Full flaps. Let's capture that as well. We want 139 knots, which is what I'm trying to manually hold at the moment. That rainstorm over there.
Skyway, correction, Osprey 42, correction, Osprey 270 lead Mike, descend to 05,
Alta marker.
070 and reduce speed to 210.
Beeline pilot, no. There is a British Avgeek livery.
And reduce speed 210, Osprey 270.
More, yeah, the altitude's increasing a minute ago, just as it was capturing the ILS a little bit, but it's better than the nose dropping down, I guess. Flying the ILS quite nicely, isn't it? We're holding the speed as well ourselves. How are we doing? Speed, good. Look at that. Beautiful. Matthew, locations of the ships are up on the MSFS chat. Awesome. Maybe it's a little project that our community behind the channel can work on. How's our speed? Looking good. Maybe a tiny little bit more power. Just to hold our VREF. Actually, yeah, a little bit more power. Autopilot off, I have control.
Osprey 490, distance flight level 070. Osprey 490, after passing Delta Uniform VOR, you may proceed direct to Combi intersection.
Biggest tip, guys, when you're flying it manually, use trim, because it's your best friend. Just allowing you to take all your pressure off the stick inputs. Minimums, continue.
Osprey 428, you may turn right. Heading 210, Correction, 240 now.
Just let that speed bleed off now.
Right 240, Oscar 420.
Idle.
That's the one to the third localizer. You are 20 miles out.
Oh, a bit longer than a
563, you are
float than I'd wanted.
clear to
Oh,
land,
come on,
runway
where's the rudder?
24. The wind is 280.
There we go.
13 knots.
Clear the land 24.
Smooth, but lost the centre line.
Skyways 4944 on the ground at 16. Take first left.
Roger, vacate at Delta. I'll spray,
until the aircraft has come.
correction, Skyways 4944.
Osprey 27 Juliet Mike, then right heading 180.
No, we're not. We're vacating at Charlie.
Osprey 428, descend 3 south and clear for the approach. Report established on localizer.
Strobe.
Center 3000, clear for the approach, and we'll let you know when we are on localizer. 420.
Roger, continue. Skyway 4944, continue via Charlie, take left on Golf, and proceed to commercial apron.
From Charlie, proceed to the commercial apron. Skyways 4944. Is that the new terminal?
Osprey 27 Juliet Mike, continue your turn to 210.
Continue turn 210, Osprey 27 Juliet Mike.
Matthew, yeah. Yes, just use them all, eh? Head in on the flight controls. What we got? It is... Oops. That one. Lovely. So there's the old terminal. This is some freeware scenery, folks. But we're going to go to that beautiful terminal. You can see all the guys coming in on finals. So after landing, we got part brake on and off. Oops, wrong one.
Osprey 428, continue the approach.
APU's on. Transponder on to standby.
There is an aircraft. You are number 2 for land.
Continue approach number 2 for landing, Oscar 420.
Slats flaps to 0. Lights are set. We can turn probe heat off. That's 1, 2. Wing anti-icing off as well. And we've got shutdown ready to go then.
Osprey 27 Juliet Mike, then right heading 220.
Right heading 220, Osprey 27 Juliet Mike.
Should really fight to be on that centre line a bit more, but trying to watch those folks come into land as well. This is great scenery. It's such a random part of the world as well. Mort, I have started the APU. It's there. Started it just as we turned left on Charlie. Love this super wide window at the side. We've got to go left on Golf. To go around this little taxiway. Matthew, neckties required. You know what? If I could get a job in the States as a CRJ pilot, I would move and we would come over. There's one of the guys landing. That was potentially
Skyway 5563 on the ground at
lovely.
20. Take first
Nice landing.
on your left.
Vacate left, Skyway 5563.
That's Philip. Hopefully you guys have all got the scenery as well, because this is fantastic. Look at that. This is freeware.
Osprey 27 Juliet Mike. Maintain heading
Get out of the way, Tug.
240
Coming through you.
and descend 3,000 feet.
Heading 240, descend 3003, toss by 27 Juliet Mike.
Douche, pretend he's not there.
Osprey 428, runway 24, clear to land.
Parking stands.
24 after 420.
Wow, look at this.
5563, then take first on your left via Golf to commercial airport.
Left on Golf.
This is cool.
First one, 5563.
Look at that model on Blender. That is so precise. Aquila, it looks fantastic, doesn't it? This is freeware. It's on flightsim.to. Those of you with Microsoft Flight Simulator, check the links in the description. And I've got the link there for you. Zach, thanks for flying and streaming my created tour for FlyUK, fellow Skyways. Yeah, this is a beautiful tour, and yeah, Microsoft Flight Simulator with the scenery. Look at this. It's incredible. It's a really enjoyable Class D tour, I've got to say. How did you come up with the route, by the way? It would be remiss of us to not use the marshaller that stood there with his little wands waiting for us to come in. Taxi lights off. So just ever so slowly brake just to bring the speed down a bit. There's our marshaller. Hopefully you've got a big enough screen that you can see him and watch his hand movements. I actually, years ago, I was marshaller trained, so I could actually marshal aircraft in at Cosford. Decimo, no, I've not done the ABBA tour. I'm still working through the American tour at the moment. Let's see how off-centre this guy is. Follow his inputs. There we go. Okay, to be fair, look at this airport building. Be interesting to see where he stops us. Here we go. Almost at a stop, just creeping. Brakes. And it'd give us a load of other signals to shut down the engines and things as well, of course.
Order 428, welcome to Carrasco, landed 23, take first on your left.
Roger, taking left on Charlie, 420.
Roger, Charlie, go to commercial airport.
Let's watch engine 1 shut down. Matthew, actually, one question I had for you. Is it engine 1 start first, or is it engine 2 start first for the CRJ? Beacon off. And we can go aircraft, chocks, passenger door.
Ladies and gentlemen, the door is open. Please make your way to the exit and please make sure you have all your...
Look at this.
Skyways 49844 on the gate shutting down. Thank you, sir, for the flying.
Thank you very much for the ATC. Hope you've enjoyed the traffic. Skyways 4944.
Indeed.
William. I'm well impressed with this scenery. This is fantastic. And here's one of the guys. There's one of our Ospreys in the distance. He hasn't really got his door open. It's just because I've opened my door in the CRJ, it opens all the AI ones as well. William, yeah, we have, yeah.
Entering the gate. Thank you for the flight.
Who else have we got to come in? Is that one on finals just here?
Thanks for the service. Hello.
Yep, and then we've got David heading in.
27 Juliet Mike is fully established, 11 miles on the ILS 24.
So we've got 2 more to come in.
And you are clear to land runway 280 degrees, 13 knots.
Clear to land, runway.
William, we had ATC at Asuncion, and we've had ATC, we've had Montevideo radar online as well, so it's been really very good. What do you guys think of the music in the background? Steve, thank you very much. Have a good one. We've got leg 7 to sort out soon. We'll wait for the other guys to land. On Saturday, folks, we've got the Manchester Live, so we're going to take over Manchester Airport. Myself, 2 tower controllers, a clearance delivery controller, and we've got Manchester radar south approach connecting. So almost completely full ATC once again, but we're going to be taking over Manchester Airport instead. And we're going to have dual runway ops, so join us on VATSIM for that if you guys want to try and do your first ever flights and things. That would be great. Matthew, awesome. And then startup, it's engine 1 first, followed by engine 2, is that correct? I know in the Airbus A320neo I think it's engine 2 first, then engine 1, but in Boeing's it's engine 1 first, then 2. I think I read somewhere in the CRJ, or at least I've done it in tutorials, engine 1 goes on first. But I might be wrong. You're the real pilot, so I can squeeze you for knowledge. John's on his way in the British AvGeek Aerosoft CRJ paint scheme, using the channel call sign of Osprey. Don't forget to stop recording your Skytrack. Leg 6, 1 hour 51. Carrasco International, General Cesaro El Baricio. Gil is going to be there at Manchester, awesome. Philip, yeah, we still needed Top Gun Danger Zone playing in the background for that approach. I think so. We were coming in pretty hot. I'm surprised we managed to get the speed off so quickly, or so smoothly. See, the Dreamliner, it doesn't need, there's no specific order because both engines are electronic starters. Beeline pilot, yeah, exactly. As Gridman's saying there's no need to be British to join FlyUK, and in fact, they've also got, we've also got, they've got Metro Air and Topaz Sky, so they've got quite a few people in Australia, New Zealand and America, all part of FlyUK as well. Code shares around the world. Matthew, yeah, you know what, thinking about it, I think my tutorials start engine 2 first in the CRJ, I can't quite remember. You're saying there, we normally start 2 first, because we single engine taxi every single flight. Only time we start 1 first is for the first flight of the day, so we can complete a fuel feed check valve test. Nice. When it is Manchester, that's Saturday. This Saturday coming at 1 o'clock UK time, 1200 Zulu. 1 PM BST and 1200 Zulu, that is. This is Stream Beats on Spotify. It's the only, pretty much the only playlists that you can play on a stream that don't have DRM issues.
Switch to Unicom and thank you for flying.
We're going over to Unicom. Thank you for
See, at my airline, the number 2 engines have quite a bit more runtime than the engine number 1 do. I suppose they drop them off the mounts every now and again and swap them over. Kind of ruins it when the model gives us the door open. So you just have to ignore the door. I might change the view to the other side so you can't see it, and the chocks and things as well. And I think, let's test this theory. Passenger door, wheel chocks. Yeah, see? It's done the same as... Interesting, so that is how that works. David, yeah, I found a delivery controller now.
commercial apron.
Charlie Golf commercial apron, oscillator 7 Juliet Mike.
Yes, Metro Air is the FlyUK code share. It's the American side of it. Loads of stuff actually. Aquila. So the way the models work, as I just shown you there in my theory, I had my door open and the chocks set on my EFB, and what it's done, I didn't realise it did this, is it then set all of the AI traffic to the exact same state as well. Ah yes, C-check. I thought that had probably been the case. How's David doing? We've got one more left airborne. Where's Valanta? Oh, he's coming in quite fast actually, to be fair. Let's look at our flight then on Valanta while we wait for David. Beeline pilot, yeah, we fly together, and it's only fair that I wait for these guys to come in. So there's our little route today on Valanta, out of Paraguay down to Uruguay, skirting through a little bit of Argentinian airspace as well, from Resistencia to Encarnacion, Bella Union. So that line there is Argentinian airspace we crossed. Beautiful scenery, and into Montevideo, landing at bang on 1G, 142 foot per minute. So that's actually quite nice. I'm happy with that. Fuel burn of 2,717 kilos over 600 nautical miles. 1 hour 34 minute flight time for real. Block time of 1 hour 50. Can't complain with that. Landing was hard, lost the speed on flare. Minus 344 foot per minute is okay, Dylan, to be honest. Anything below 400's fine. And, oh, look at that. Our Montevideo controller is Skyways 2175. So this Beeline pilot shows you, FlyUK have got a following of pilots all around the world. Wing stayed on. David, yeah, I had it as a bit of a prerequisite really that we couldn't I couldn't stream and do ground plus clearance delivery at the same time. Let's snap back to the aeroplane and get some screenshots of these guys. This freeware is incredibly cool. The scenery. It's the one thing that Microsoft Flight Simulator does extremely well. Fingers in many pies, indeed, yes. Oh, fantastic. One of the ATC folks saw the stream coming over and set the alert so we had ATC. It's insanely good scenery, it is, isn't it? You know what? It makes me wonder if there's any... I don't think there will be. There's no reason for there to be, but we'll poke your head in. I don't think there'll be an interior because it's just matte. Yeah, cool. That's only a good thing. I love how they've kept the old terminal in the distance as well. Dylan. Yeah, well, the runway's certainly long enough. There's a little mini gate here. Gate 3. We should be getting David any second. DC Miles recommending the Abator. What routes are they then? Have you got any that spring to mind as capable routes? Beeline Pilot. The Aerosoft CRJ, if you've got that, that is a level, that is a Class E pilot aircraft. So if you've got that, then it's perfect. Because it means that, you know what I could have done? I could have done that, Gate 35B. And done the Mini. So you can rack up the hours pretty quick, otherwise it's the Cessna Grand Caravan 208, but that's got some really nice trips anyway, around New Zealand, bit of VFR, so pretty cool. After 10 hours it unlocks Class D, and then eventually, I think Class D I believe is the A320neo, so then you can unlock all your A320 routes. But, you know, I really love the CRJ. I think it's a cracking aeroplane in the sim. Perfect, perfect for Microsoft Flight Simulator, I think. David should be intercepting any second. The terminal is exactly as on the scenery. Aquila, tequila, indeed, yeah. How should I say it? It's an ad hoc flying club tour based on an Abator private jet scheduled to fly got off his pilot friend. I'm assuming it goes all the way around the world then. Oh, there we go. Takes us around Europe, EKSB, EKCH, EHRD, etc. That'd be great for the CRJ. I want to do. I still need to finish my American tour, my US. I've got as far as Grand Canyon National Airport, and I haven't really got much further. But I also need to do the little UK hops. So you go all the way around the UK in the CRJ, and all of the hops are around about 35 minutes or so in length. So not very long at all.
Osprey 4980, the wind is 290 degrees 13 knots, runway 24, clear to land.
Runway 24, clear to land, Osprey 490.
Awesome.
Osprey 27 Juliet Mike is on stand and shut down engines. Thanks very much, sir, for the service.
Thank you for flying, sir.
Dylan, there is indeed, yes. Metro Air with coach air flights. Yeah, after you've done first 10 hours, you become a Class D first officer, so you can then crack on. Oh, it's in the flying club, okay. David's taking a caravan from Cranfield to Vancouver. So far I've got Edinburgh to Edinburgh all VFR. Wow. That's incredible. Beeline Pilot, it's UKV 4944. Here he comes. I can see his lights in the background, in the distance. Hope you guys have enjoyed today's stream, by the way. We'll keep going until David's on stand, and I'll grab the little finishing screenshot with everybody on stand parked up. Philip, nice. Thinking of making up my own tour, flying to all of the 2021 F1 locations in sequence. I think FlyUK do an F1 tour as well. I'm not sure. Dylan, yeah, I've done Miami a couple of times actually. It's really nice. Phone, yeah, it's the NFL theme tune. Matthew, indeed. I'm a Patriots fan though, so I'm no doubt to upset some people. Although I love watching the Browns play. Keflavik to Greenland to Canada will be the interesting bit. That's going to be challenging. Thunderbirds theme tune? No, definitely not. Not watched that in years. Here comes David representing the channel colours and the call sign. Vatsim's catching up there on the old feed. Oh, look at that. He's going to touch down any second when Vatsim clicks up. There we go. Beautiful. It's doing a bit hickory pokery on the old server, but that looks well smooth. Ignoring the juts and bumps and things. Cowboys by proximity for Matthew. Nice. Yeah, feel sorry for you. Dan Powell, goat, yeah. You know what? I was fairly sad when Brady left, but I was not surprised.
Osprey 490, continue via Charlie, left on Golf to Commercial Apron. Welcome to Carrasco, sir.
Guadamar, that's madness. I could not do all the round the world on in a little Cessna Caravan. Dylan, yeah, go for it. There's the old terminal. Guadamar's been our controller for today, by the way, guys, so say thanks to him in the live chat. He's our current controller with us at the moment. Thank you very much. Hope you've enjoyed the traffic and the FlyUK and the British Avgeek Osprey overload today. He's messaged me actually as well and said that the scenery here, the FlyUK scenery, sorry, the freeware scenery for Microsoft Flight Simulator makes it look very accurate, which is pretty cool. Where's he going to park? I couldn't do westbound around the world. Still got 4 legs, I think, left of this to go. No holds as well, yeah. Beautifully vectored. Had me under a bit of pressure though, with the with the speed there, Guadamar. You know what I could do now? All the CRJs are down. Passenger jaw, chocks. There we go. Opening them all in tandem there in sequence. Where's he? There he is. Where's he going to park? Jurassic Light, the middle of Canada is extremely boring. I guess, yeah, everything's either on the west or the east, I suppose. I've done a couple of flights around Alaska. There's a flying club tour I think that I'm doing at the moment, and that's pretty special. But you did it anyway. I did, yes.
arriving at the stage at the down. Thank you, sir, for flying. Bye-bye.
Get a couple of screen grabs there. Cool, there we go. We're all on stand. Thanks to everybody that flew along. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well, of course. And hope you enjoyed the background music as well for the first time. If everybody likes it, we'll keep that going for the future. No more streams for the next few days, of course. I'm back to work for a couple of days, but next week, through the weekend, Saturday, for example, we're going to Manchester Airport for the ATC overload. We'll be taking over with clearance delivery ground, north and south tower, south approach, and hopefully London radar if we can get hold of one of those as well under control. So come and join us for that. We'll stream it with tower view as well as always, and you can put us all in the pressure for that. And over the next couple of days I'll have a little think to see what other streams we can do on the other days around that as well. So as always, thanks everybody for tuning in and watching. Thanks to all our channel members, our bronze, silver and gold frequent flyers, and our 2 controllers for today. Really appreciate both of them helping out. Gualdemar in the live chat as well, thanks again as always. If you want the scenery, check out the description in the video today. Right at the bottom I've got the link to flightsim.to where you can download this really cool Montevideo freeware scenery. But in the meantime, thank you everybody for watching, and I'll see you later in the week. Take care.